lesson for 9th standard in French. In my last video, I had introduced what is a direct object, a pronoun, how a pronoun can replace a noun. Pronoun can replace a noun when it's a subject or an object. Now you have already learned subject pronouns. These are your subject pronouns. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, ils and elles. These are your subject pronouns. I, you, he, she. You already learned them. Now today I am going to do this topic in more detail. First we will deal with direct object and then I may introduce, if time permits, indirect object, but pronouns. Now in the direct object, you already know, in my last video I taught you, depending on the gender of the noun, it can be either le, la or les for plural. Now let's take some examples. Sophie lit le livre. Sophie is reading the book. Now if in case you don't want to use the noun, instead of Sophie you can say elle. She is a female. Now what is she reading? She is reading it. It refers to book. Book is masculine. So elle, le, lit. Now if you see here that le livre, when it's a noun, comes after the verb. But when it becomes a pronoun direct object, you put it before the verb. It comes to the left of the verb. Elle, le, lit. Now here the verb is in present tense. It's a simple verb, simple tense, not composite tense. Sophie lit le livre, elle le lit. Similarly, Sophie lira le livre, I am dealing with future sound. Again a simple tense. Sophie lira le livre, Sophie will read the book. Sophie becomes elle, lira remains lira, and le livre becomes le, it comes before the verb. So elle le lira, she will read it. So have you understood? Now I am going to my next example. Pierre écrit la lettre. Pierre is writing the letter. Pierre is a boy. So Pierre becomes il. La, because letter is feminine. Il l'a écrit. But here what you have to do is, there is a clash of vowels. So this your A gets cancelled. You have to put a apostrophe. Il l'écrit. Why it becomes il l'écrit? Because we are cancelling the A. Why we are cancelling the A? Because A clashes with E. Both are vowels. So il l'écrit. If the verb had to start with a consonant, it would have remained la. But here I have to cancel. Similarly, in the future tense, Pierre écrira la lettre. Pierre will write the letter. Now Pierre becomes il, la because the letter is feminine, and écrira. Again I am cancelling your A and putting a apostrophe. So il l'écrira. So have you understood? Now suppose Sophie lit les livres. If she was reading some books, the books in plural, then this would have become elle les lit. Sophie lira les livres, elle les lira. Similarly, Pierre écrit les lettres. Suppose instead of one letter, he was writing many letters. Then this would have become, and this would have become, again here in plural, la becomes le. Lettre gets a S. And here also it would have become le. Il les écrira. He will write them. Them refers to letters. So please copy these sentences, because now I will teach you how to negate them. Say it in negation. This is affirmative. I will teach you the negative now. Okay, now I will teach you how to do it in negative. Now instead of Sophie is reading the book, Sophie is not reading the book. Sophie ne lit pas le livre. Sophie is not reading the book. So instead of using Sophie and book, if I want to use pronouns, I will say elle. Elle ne le lit pas. She is not reading it. It refers to the book. But where is it coming? Before the verb. Where is ne coming? Ne is coming even before that. So your ne and pa now are enclosing both the verb as well as the object. You have to put ne before the object, then the object will come, then the verb will come, then your pa will come. Elle ne le lit pas. She is not reading it. Similarly, if I am saying it in future tense, Pierre n'écrira pas les lettres. Pierre will not write the letters. What will he not write? The letters. So, il ne les écrira pas. So again, your les, because letters are many, plural. So la la became le. But where did the le come? Just before the verb, and before it na came. So na and pa are enclosing the object and the verb. Okay, now I will show you one more example. Here I am saying Pierre et Sophie. More than one person. Pierre et Sophie vendent la maison. Pierre and Sophie are selling the house. How many people are there? There is one Pierre, there is one Sophie. One masculine, one feminine. Now in this case, which one will take precedence? Ils. Your ils and elles, since they are masculine and feminine together, the masculine takes precedence. So they become ils. What are they selling? The house. It's feminine. Ils la vendent. Again, la comes before the verb. Now they are selling it. Now in case I want to make this negative, I will put a ne before the object and pas after the verb. So, ils ne la vendent pas. They are not selling it. So, have you understood? I think this should make it clear. So, depending on what the subject is, suppose the subject is je. If I say I, je will remain je. If I say you will remain you. If I give the third person a name, then depending on whether he is a boy or a girl, it will become il or elle. If we are more than one person and I am talking of ourselves, for example, my mother and me, then it becomes nous. You and your father, it becomes vous. And in case there are many people, it becomes they. If there are masculine as well as feminine, it becomes ils. Now, regarding direct object, it is only le, la and le, depending on what the object gender is. So, this should show you how to say it in affirmative using an object, in negative using an object. The third thing I am teaching is interrogative. If you are asking a question, now I will teach you how to use the same thing in interrogation. Now, interrogation can be done in two ways. Either you invert the verb and subject, or you use est-ce que. So, when I say est-ce que Pierre et Sophie vendent la maison, is Pierre and Sophie, are Pierre and Sophie selling the house? So, how can I use the same question? By replacing nouns by pronouns. La vendent-ils? Are they selling it? It refers to the house. La maison. La vendent-ils? You know that verb and subject are inverted for interrogation. This was taught in 8th standard. Now, here again I am inverting. But where am I putting the object? Before the inversion. Are they selling it? This means, are they selling it? Now, instead of are they selling it, I wanted to ask a negative question. Aren't they selling the house? Aren't they selling it? Then I would have said no before the what. So, my no and my pa are enclosing the entire thing. So, no will come right in the beginning, pa will come right in the end. In between, this will come. This is a positive question. Are they selling it? This is a negative question. Aren't they selling it? So, have you understood? Now, suppose I want to ask a question regarding Pierre. Is Pierre writing the letter? How will I say? How will I say, is Pierre writing the letter? Est-ce que Pierre écrit la lettre? Or I can say, or another way of saying it, Pierre. First you write his name. Écrit-il la lettre? This was taught to you. In 8th standard, this was taught to you. When there's a name, you cannot invert the name. So you repeat the name and then invert the pronoun. Pierre. Écrit-il la lettre? Pierre. Is he writing the letter? Now this letter I want to replace. So what will I do? Instead of Pierre, it will become il. That will go when I invert. So where will your object come? Is he writing it? Is he writing it? It comes here. Letter is la, but since this is a vowel, it becomes L apostrophe. Is he writing it? Now the same thing. Isn't he writing it? How will I say? I will say ne l'écrit-il pas. So I want you to write the English translation. What is the English translation? Is he writing it? Now this one will become, isn't he writing it? So you know how to ask a question using direct object and negative question using direct object. So please copy. Now I will go and introduce to you indirect object. We have seen the direct object le, la, le. We have seen it in affirmative form, negative form and interrogative form, interrogative, negative form. Now I am just introducing your indirect object. This is slightly advanced than the direct object because there are more indirect objects. You will have to learn them. So I will give you a simple example as of now. The same example I will give. Pierre écrit la lettre à Sophie. Now look at this sentence. Pierre writes the letter to Sophie. Now who's doing the work of writing? Pierre. So he is the subject. Subject means he is doing the work. What is he doing? He is writing. Pierre écrit la lettre à Sophie. He is writing the letter to Sophie. Now, what is he writing? The letter. So it's answering your question, what? So this is your direct object. To whom is he writing? There is a to here. So it's a preposition. Since there is a preposition involved and the object is coming after the preposition, this is an indirect object. So in this sentence of mine, you have come across one subject, one verb, direct object and indirect object and preposition. So if I had to replace these nouns, then this would have become il, like usual. This would have become la. Il l'a écrit. He is writing it. And to whom is he writing? To Sophie. So, il l'a écrit à elle. he is writing it to her. So this is my sentence A. In my sentence A, I have written the sentence using nouns. In my sentence B, I am replacing nouns by pronouns. But I am retaining the preposition. The preposition is still there. Now in my last sentence, I am getting rid of this preposition. This preposition I will not use. So that time, il will remain il. La will remain la. He writes it to her. So when L comes to the left, it becomes Louis. It becomes Louis. Okay, now I am slightly varying the sentence. Instead of Sophie, I have used Jean. Jean is a male. Pierre écrit la lettre Jean. The concept remains the same. Who is doing the writing? Pierre. So he is the subject. Il. What is the verb? Écrit remains écrit. What is he writing? The letter. To whom is he writing? To Jean. I am retaining the preposition. So this is my B. But in my C, I don't want the preposition. Jean will become Louis here. In my first A, it's a noun. In my B, it becomes a pronoun, that is Louis. Il l'a écrit à Louis. Now, here, even though this is Louis, it comes after the preposition. Now, when I bring it this side, where will it come? Now, in my earlier sentence, since he was writing the letter to Sophie, it was L. Now, he is writing a letter to a boy, Jean. So, it's become Louis. Now, that Louis, when I get rid of the preposition, it comes this side. Il l'a lui écrit. He writes it to him. In my earlier sentence, it was he writes it to her. So, I think this should be enough for today. This is just an introduction to the indirect object. I will continue with it later on. Otherwise, you will get confused. So, today you have seen two sentences wherein I have used a feminine and a masculine noun after the preposition. So, in the first case, you have seen in your sentence number B, that becomes L. In this sentence, it becomes Louis. Then, in my sentence number C, I am getting rid of this preposition, and that Louis comes to the left of the verb in both cases. But la precedes Louis. This I will explain later on in my next class. So that's all for today.